Hi guys, and welcome to Transport Fever. So this particular series, I'm not sure how long it's going to be for. I'll do sort of a first taste on it, and if you guys enjoy it and I enjoy recording it, then I will continue and make it a full series. This is a game that, it's all about transport, hence the name. So, people with buses, cargo on trains and, boats, things like that. Basically, you're given a map and you have to get X, Y and Z from one coordinate to the next and make a profit. It reminds me a lot of the old Transport Tycoon games from when I was younger. So, it's a really good game, really enjoying it, so hopefully you guys will as well. So, we are going to go in a free game. We're going to have Europe. We're going to go on a large world size. We're going to have a 1 to 2, which basically means the world will be slightly thinner but longer, so that we can get some really good lines going. I'm going to go on flat terrain. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm just going to have a flat world. If you mouse over it, mostly flat with a few hills. To be honest, I don't really think... Well, playing on medium in comparison to flat, there are more hills, but flat is, definitely not hill-less. There are still big hills all around, so yeah. We're going to start in the 1850s and work our way all the way through. And I'm going to go on medium difficulty. You can go on easy, but, let's have a challenge. And let us have James 4038 as the seed. So I'm going to start the map. It's going to take a couple of minutes to load, and I'm going to have a quick look around. So I will bring you back once I've done that. Okay, welcome back. I have decided where I'm starting. I'm going to start around this city here. It's Haslingden. Now, you'll have to forgive me if I mispronounce some of the names. Obviously, as it's Europe, we've got quite a few different names and stuff, and dyslexia, gotta love it. So, occasionally I will mess up the names. I do apologise for that. So, what I was looking for is a good production line. See, you could start straight away with passengers, but passengers take quite a long time to sort of kick in and start become profitable, whereas a production line can be very profitable very quickly. And what do I mean by a production line? So if you look at this is a farm. It produces wheat or grain and livestock. That livestock you can take to here, or you take the grain and they produce food. You then can take the food to a city, and the city will require, so in this city they require 82 food within sort of the shopping areas. So if we go on here, we can have a look at the different industries. So the yellow is the industry, the blue is the commercial, and the green is the residential. So using this map, you know that, if you get food to this city, you have to deliver it to these properties, and then you'll make a profit. Well, we will close that and that down. Now, you've got lots of different things you can do production lines of. So you've got oil, you've got, bricks and things like that, like construction materials. So here's another one that I was looking at. You've got oil here that you could bring down to this refinery. Now the refinery will make oil, and it will create fuel. Now oil is then used in further productions, so you could use it to make plastic. But plastic isn't wanted in cities either. So you'd then have to take the plastic somewhere like here to turn it into goods. And then that finally could go to the city. We don't really have enough money at the start of the game to do a massive production line like that, because that will require tracks from here to there, from here to there, and then from here all the way to there, and then to a city. We just don't have enough money to do that sort of thing yet. So instead, I'm going to go with a basic one, which is here. So we're going to take the food from here, or the livestock, to here. That's going to turn the livestock to food, and then we're going to take the food into this city. And the reason I want it in a line like this is because I want to make sure my trains are being profitable in both directions. So by taking food from here to here, you'll get paid for that journey. But then the train's heading back empty. Well, if I can make that train go this way and a little further to the city, I'm then getting paid for both directions. So yeah, that's what I'd prefer to do. So let's get... I'm going to bulldoze some of these roads. Now, if you bulldoze a road connecting two cities together, you'll get a warning with it basically complaining that those cities have to be connected. These, not so much. So, we're going to want freight. And we're going to have a through station. Now, there's two different types of stations. You've got a throughput station, where trains can enter from both directions. And you've got a terminus station, where trains can only enter in one direction. We're going to have two platforms. Spin it round and put it somewhere around there. Now I'm going to connect this up with road back to there. Now, a very important thing is the catchment areas of the station. So if I select this station, you'll see that this area has now gone white, and that means that this can deliver to the station without the need of trucking the supplies in. So this will slowly fill the station up once the station has basically told this that it has a route that the production is needed on. So we're going to take this track and we're going to head in this direction. Now, if you try and go across the fields, you'll notice that you'll remove the field and it's going to cost a lot more money. So where possible, don't go through fields and things like that. Now if I remove more of this road, it's going to be easier for me to get my track where I want it. Yeah, about there is fine for the moment. Perfect. So, we will grab a terminus station. Now, I only need one platform on this. And about there should be fine. Connect it up. And, yeah, so you're in the catchment area once again. Boom. Now that is a line. I could literally set a train up right now on that line and be done. But although I'll take the cattle over here and this will produce food, there's nowhere for the food to go. So eventually it would just stop. So I do need to make sure that the food has somewhere to go. So hopefully if I do this in smaller pieces, it won't change the land too much. The main cost when you're building is the terrain alterations that it has to do. So the less alterations that are needed, the cheaper it'll be. Now, where did I want to build? Most of it's in that section there. So if I removed... That's going to cost $1 million just to move that. Jeez. Well, I could put it there and then truck. Yeah, I think that's going to be what I'll have to do. So I want a little bit more of a street. Okay. And just connect that up. Boom. Done. So, once the food gets here, as I say, I want to deliver it to as many of the blue buildings as possible. Now, at the moment, I don't cover very many of them. So, I'm going to have to set up a truck station. And I'm going to need a truck depot. And I'm going to need somewhere for them to go. Now, rather than building a second truck depot in the middle of the city, which is going to cost a lot of money removing the buildings for it, you can just have a bus or tram stop. And the game is quite intelligent in the fact that it will let you deliver cargo to pedestrian stops, but you can't pick up from them. So I can get a truck from here that's got full of food to come over here and deliver food to all of these shops, but it won't be able to pick up supplies from them, which, you know, is sort of accurate and what trucks do. I mean, you don't see trucks, you know, having to go into a big depot to deliver to, you know, local shops. So yeah, so that's that. Now I need to actually set a route. So you're going to go from there to there, and I'm going to call you RC. There we go. RC is for road cargo. It's just my own system so that I can look and know what's going on. You know, when you open the routes, after a while, once you've built up quite a network, this gets very sort of messy. So being able to just sort of sort it like this makes it a lot easier. And a cargo route is always going to be blue when it's a road route for me. So let's get a couple of vehicles. And set them on there. Now, at the moment, time's paused because I've got nothing worth sort of unpausing time for. Once I've built my route properly, I'll then unpause time. Now, at the moment, this route is, you know, I could set it going and I could put a train on there and I'd be done. But I can only have one train running on it because the way I've got it set at the moment, you know, there's nowhere for trains to pass each other. And that's why I made this a two-stop station. Because I'm going to have all of this double-lined. Just double-check. Yeah, it's followed the route. And there we go. And same with this direction. Now, normally double lining a route you do sort of later on. However, I found that, you know, doing it early, getting it done, doesn't cost that much extra to do, but it saves you a lot of problems later trying to upgrade it. So, yeah. Now, I'm going to need some signals as well. So, we want a signal just there, and then just every now and then, and then just one that way, and one on that side, and then once again just every now and then. You can never really have too many signals because the more you've got, the more it breaks the train tracks into sections, and the more sections there are, it just means, you know, if you've got 5 trains on here, for example, and one's in this station, the other 5 will just back up one after the other at each signal. And it stops you having sort of one train there and the other one stuck over here waiting for this one to leave. So yeah. Now the other thing you can do with these signals is if you click them, you can change them from one way to sort of as they normally are, which is both directions. I will be changing them all to one way. However, I'll probably do that while I'm not recording, because there's no point making you guys suffer through me changing all of them. Now the next thing I'm going to need is a train depot, because how else do you get the trains on the train track? So I'm going to put you there. No, you're not actually on. Never mind, it would just be the one way then. Which shouldn't be a problem at first. I may have to put another depot on the other side or something eventually, but... So, we're going to need a train. Now, at the start of the game, you've only got a single train. So, we're going to be using that. It's the D1/3. So... And we're going to have Stone Grain. No, we want goods wagons. Now, I'm not going to pick up the grain from here to turn to food. I'm going to be picking up livestock. And the reason for that is the same wagon that picks up the livestock is the wagon that picks up food. So instead of having, you know, having to have 3 wagons and then 3 of these or something like that, I can just have all the same wagons, and so they're multi-purpose. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 15. I think 3 is probably enough. Otherwise, I'll end up being overboard. Now I've got that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to cost about 500,000 for each of these trains, and I want quite a few of them on this track, so we're going to take out a loan. Now because I'm on medium difficulty, you start with a 2 million loan, and that's how much money you had. Now if you're on easy, I think you have a £3 million start and a 2 million loan, and I think on hard mode you only start with like $1 million. But yeah, so let's borrow a couple of million, and we're just gonna double this train a few times. There we go. Actually, yeah, 4 should do. Set line, new line. So this train is gonna go from here to here to here, and then all the way back. And this is gonna be a TC food there we go. So once again I know what it is now, and my cargo is orange. There we go. Now if you push this button, we'll get rid of that. It will bring up all the different routes that you've got, so you can see, get rid of you. You can see my truck route, and you can also see my train route. And you can see them from quite far away, so pushing that, you can see a lot of your routes around the map quite easily. But let's unpause time and we'll have a look at the trains. I do love the trains in this game, they're brilliant. To be honest, all the vehicles in this game are really well done. But I mean, just look at that. It looks brilliant. Gotta love a steam train. Now, once this train is past this first set of points, the next one will be released. And you can also go into first person, which is good. We may be doing a few episodes like that. And I believe all of my trucks have also been released. So there's our lovely horse-drawn carts. It is the 1850s, so, you know, horse-drawn power. Now, something I am going to do with this route... I'm going to change this to full load, so it will never send the horses out unless they've got a full load. And I'm going to go in there and say they can wait an unlimited amount of time in the depot. The reason I'm doing this is there's no point spending money on the horse carts running around when there's no food there. And you actually spend more money if they're moving than if they're sitting at the depot. So yeah. Now I'm going to speed up time. And every month the vehicles cost you. So, you know, it's not something that's free. Now this will eventually detect that there's a train line linking to here. And it will start producing. Yeah, so it's producing grain at the moment, and it will produce about 29. Oh, there you go, 28. And then it detected, no, you didn't want that. You want cows. So it will start producing the livestock. So they've been put onto the station and loaded onto the train. So there you go, train 2 has our first load of livestock. Only 5, but you know, it's almost half a load, to be honest. The early trains can't really carry a lot. Which, you know, is to be expected, really. Okay, slow time down, and we made 14,000 from that train's little trip. Now obviously this has only just been given the cows, so it won't yet produce any food, but eventually it will. Oh, it just did. Did you pick any of it up? No, you didn't. But you know, the next train will. Tell you what, let's go first person and watch the other train pass us. As I say, I do love all this. It's hard not to love these sort of games. But I'm gonna leave it off there, guys. Please like, comment and subscribe, and let me know if you want to see more of Transport Fever. See you later.